It's a lot.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. I'm proud of you. I love you.
I want to hire an investigative team, 100,000 cash to find out every specific detail involving Meek Mill named to the Diddy case. I also want them to look at who is powering the media involving Meek. Anything to do with Buddy. Something is not right.
And controlled performances, which he called freak off.
Listen up, everyone. Word is that Meek Mill just revealed something huge about Diddy's famous parties, and it's about to take over the internet. For those who haven't heard, Meek, the real rapper from Philly, just exposed something that could completely change our view of Diddy's wild Hollywood events. This isn't just regular celebrity gossip. This could be a scandal that rocks Hollywood. If you thought you'd seen it all, think again. Rumor has it that the footage is so shocking it could end careers. So get ready, because this drama is something you won't want to miss.
Investigative team, 100,000 cash to find out every specific detail involving Meek Mill named to the Diddy case. I also want them to look at who is powering the media involving Meek. Anything to do with Buddy. Something is not right. Somebody said, bro, it's your antics. It's you. You're the one powering that narrative. Now cash at me my 100K. Then he said, the streets know what's up with me. That's not the case. We talking about business side. Somebody powering these bad campaigns with Meek Mill again. I got 100K for a thorough investigation of who's powering and how exactly my name is connected to this. How your name is connected to this? Bro, there's so many videos of you and Diddy. There's videos of Diddy calling you daddy, bro. What do you mean how your name is connected to this? You know, I don't want to sit here and say Meek Mill did this or Meek Mill did that. I mean, who knows what was even happening at these alleged freak-off Diddy parties or whatever. But he's asking, how is my name connected to Diddy? Have you not seen the footage? What are you talking about? That's all I'm saying, bro. How you're connected to Diddy? Like, I don't know, bro. He called you daddy. You guys were seeing.
Before we get into this shocking footage, let's talk about why Diddy's parties are so famous and what really goes on behind those velvet ropes. These aren't your usual Hollywood gatherings. They're so exclusive that even A-list celebrities have spent years trying to get an invite. There's been a lot of talk about what happens at Diddy's infamous parties. Some say it's just a fun place for the rich and famous to relax without judgment, but others believe there's a darker side, with activities wild enough to make even seasoned partygoers blush. Diddy has been throwing extravagant parties for years. His white parties in the Hamptons and epic New Year's bashes are legendary. But these freak-off parties are in a league of their own. The word is that's where the real action happens. Phones are banned and NDAs are signed, so whatever happens inside is meant to stay a secret. Musicians, models, and celebrities come to let loose. Now, I know what you're thinking. How bad could it really be? Well, we've heard stories about drug use that would make Keith Richards look mild, wild sexual encounters that would raise eyebrows, and shady things happening when all the big names are in one room. But here's the thing. Up until now, it's mostly been rumors. Once in a while, someone would share a story or a blurry photo from one of these legendary parties, but solid proof has been scarce. That's why Meek Mill's leak is such a big deal. For the first time, we might actually get a glimpse behind the curtain at what really happens when Diddy throws a party.
Meek Mill's, well, he said a Philly rapper. You understand? And it was redacted in the paperwork to that, because first of all, it had Meek Mills, it had Stevie J, they had redacted their names, and they had Usher, and they redacted their names and just said a performer of the Super Bowl and a Philly rapper. Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike, on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood, whereas that he's dressing Like he dressing the same he dressing like Diddy? Hugged up with Diddy? I think that Lil Rod know a lot of but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mill up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other shit, and he was searching for some online gay porn and all that other shit like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
Girl, if you think you've seen celebrities acting wild, this footage could totally change your view on partying in Hollywood. Meek Mill didn't just open Pandora's box, he blew it wide open. And what's inside is even crazier than finding out your best friend is dating your ex. We're talking jaw-dropping moments with some of the biggest names in the industry doing things that would make even the most seasoned partygoers blush. You won't believe who's there and what they're up to. I can't spill all the details, but trust me, some of these celebs might want to get their PR teams on speed dial yesterday. Their squeaky clean images could be in serious trouble, with Diddy right in the middle of it all. But this isn't just about partying. Word is, some of the activities in this footage might not be legal. If that's true, we could be looking at lawsuits, criminal investigations, and major fallout for their careers. Some stars might even get blacklisted from Hollywood faster than you can say scandal.
Revealed that they got photos and videos of Diddy Freakos.
When they did that raid, you understand? What they did was, prior to the raid, they reviewed that civil lawsuit. And that civil lawsuit told, Cassie's civil lawsuit was Lil Rod had already did it. Lil Rod hadn't did his yet, did he? Did Lil Rod do his lawsuit before the raid or after the raid?
Oh, before.
Yeah, so what they did was they reviewed both of those civil lawsuits and found that there was some criminal activity in those lawsuits. We spoke that on Art of Dialogue. We spoke about that on your show. I said if they really wanted him, all they had to do was review those civil lawsuits. And once they find the criminal activity in those, they could bring him in. Now, did the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Miami do it? No, they didn't. Did California do it? No, they did not. The Southern District of New York, they took it upon themselves and put on that raid and everything based on the information they found in Cassie lawsuit and the information they found in Lil Rod lawsuit. But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
Yeah, the feds revealed that, anybody that, participated in any, criminal behavior at his freak-offs, they're going to pursue.
Listen here. The mayor here take like 15 spoons of sugar in his coffee. So it's all a possibility.
Do you think there's any celebrities on tapes?
Bro, he gave celebrity parties. So what you think? I think they're not telling the whole truth, is that because of the situation in Miami and the situation in California, and they closed the clubs like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. or something like that, that Justin and Christian was bringing big vans of girls and people back to the mansion and giving parties and stuff like that. And a lot of those stuff were their parties. A lot of that shit was their parties. They wasn't always Puff parties. It was his son's parties.
Good point. They said some of these freak-offs will last for days.
That's where they're going to get him on the sex trafficking thing. Especially like if he was traveling and doing it. That's where the sex trafficking come at. That you hiring sex workers to come and have sex with your girl. That's crazy. That's some Hollywood shit that I don't even know, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But they also claiming that, Diddy, he'll give ecstasy to his victims to keep them obedient.
Then they have to bring those witnesses in there. That's going to be something hard to prove. Unless Lil Rob or Lil Cassie state that was something that happened. That's how the prosecutor's going to prove that. They got a ton of evidence that they got to try to prove, bro. A lot of that if you read it, it could be circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? But they got to have witness to back it up. You just can't say that happened based on somebody lawsuit and what the words that they're saying. They have to have witnesses in there. And I think Puff lawyers is going to be smart enough to attack that.
Right. And they claiming that Diddy, he was blackmailing his victims because he had videos from old freak-offs and he was using those videos to get his victims to do another freak-off. So
if he was blackmailing people, especially people that work for him, see, this is what it's going to get him at. See, people think that, those people work for him, or those people, if they was artists and they work for him, or they were engineers, or anybody that worked for them and stuff like that, your boss cannot blackmail you to do nothing. If you do a sexual act or you doing anything, your boss, if he have you doing those things like that, then he could be liable for suit. Because you're not doing it willingly. Because that individual is your boss. So psychologically, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say, that when somebody has something over you, it determines your job, your career, your livelihood. That's somewhat of a blackmail if they holding stuff that they've done, that you've done in the past, over your head to make you continually doing that stuff. Now, that's where he loses at. Because some of those people work for him, or he was a part of doing something. They was part of doing something for their career with him. That's why he loses that case.
I know you're dying to know what's in this footage, so here's a sneak peek. One clip shows a major pop star, known for her clean image, getting into some pretty wild activities. Let's just say her next album might come with a warning label. Then, there's a scene with an actor who's always bragging about his healthy lifestyle. Well, let's just say he's not looking so pristine in this footage. Meek dropped this bombshell, and that's just the beginning of the fallout. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion. Hollywood is the car, and everyone's watching. When this footage hit the internet, it sparked a firestorm. Twitter is buzzing hotter than a summer day in Atlanta, with celebrities jumping in and the gossip flowing nonstop.
That Puff took Tupac blueprint and changed Biggs and Bad Boy in image. I Get Around talked about how fly you was, how many girls you mess with, how many cars you drive, how much money you got, what you willing to do. He took his image. Pac was the first one on the scene wearing Versace shirts. He went and got the same Versace shirts Pac had. Which, all right, some dudes would do that. You would never catch me wearing something else, something that somebody else got. He was knocking down all the women that he thought Pac was knocking down. And what I mean is having sex with them. Why would you want to have sex with women you know for sure a dude that was once obsessed with who?
So you believe Diddy, he only got with Sarah Chapman because Pac, he had her at one point.
And it was a bet in the office. Sarah was messing with an NBA basketball player. Puff bet all the niggas didn't believe that he could get it within 2 weeks. $100. So she actually was $100 bet that he got.
And who was the NBA player?
I think it's Gary Payton, allegedly. That's what he said. Somebody said, she messed with Gary Payton? I bet you I get it. I bet you I have it within 2 weeks. Me and him and Sarah went to this party in Chicago that he was hosting with the Streets Entertainment. And we went to this store called Cranberry and it's one of those stores like you get fragrance and you get candles, colognes and stuff like that. It's called Cranberry and something. And from that point on, yeah. But you gotta realize Misa and Kim was friends. Misa and Kim was friends. He started dealing with Kim over Misa. Kim and Sarah was friends. I mean, hand to hand, pots and pans. They was close. They all used to, Sarah, Kim, and this other girl, I think she was from Atlanta. What's her name? It missed me right now. But they all used to hang together. So then he went from Kim to Sarah. And he liked to do the friend thing. Looked like that.
Like 14 years older than me, 15 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he was a probation officer. So he operated a little bit different. I was in the street full time, bro. You feel me? Like, I was outside in the field. So like, you know, you would hear Gene say when they got a threat on their life, Diddy told him, I'm not trying to hear that shit, Gene. because it's your job to be gangster. It's your job to get wild with people. That's what you're getting paid for. So when you see people like that coming out, it's because they know for a fact, like, it's things that's going on they don't agree with, but they not man enough to say, you know what, I'm not standing for this. So a lot of love me because if I see some guys doing something crazy to a female, hold on, boy, not in front of me. So that'll lead me to get like, oh, we ain't gonna hire him no more because he's not gonna allow this. So that's how, like, I ended up, like, whenever Imana called me, I'm immediately coming because, like, he not on this strange shit y'all on. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, if I don't want to say his name, I'm still on the contract with him. Let me be careful here. Let me be careful here, man. Let me be careful, because that stuff about Diddy real, bro.
Well, what do you think about the Meek Mill accusations?
Okay. Now, you know, I used to bodyguard Rocky Fresh, who was signed to Rose.
Yep.
All right. Now, Meek said he wouldn't do a song with Rocky because Rocky wasn't street. Right. So, little things that take place and people will expect certain things out of him. But now, with some of this stuff's coming out, if you look at his body of work, it's been strange things in his history. So then, you know, you go on this Twitter page, you click on his likes, bro. You see things that he's liking. That's questionable. Would you come up in here with a matching shirt with me?
Hell no.
Hell no. Ace, would you pop out with a matching shirt with me, bro? Styles, put that on something. You gonna pop out with? No, boy, it's not going like that, bro. Would you let me call you daddy?
Hell no.
No, bro. I've been saying this for years. I say, man, these boys strange, bro. The things they into is strange. I've seen so much. I've seen a lot, bro. So, like, with him, look how he responded to the situation. Not one time did he come out and say these things are a lie. Did you see that?
Yep.
He didn't say that.
He didn't deny it.
No, he didn't deny nothing. Because if he deny it, what's finna come out? Footage.
You think Diddy has footage on Meek?
For sure. He got cameras through his whole crib. Every millionaire, billionaire I've been around, bro, they got, so I know what's going on. So if I go into the bathroom, I'm gonna cut the lights off, cut the flash on my phone, and look at the mirrors. If it's got that little hollow circle at the bottom, there's cameras in there. It's all, they're gonna be all through the crib. That's why most times I'm gonna chill in the car. Call me, text me if it's getting dangerous. I'm coming in demonstrating. Point blank, period. This the facts, bro. I've been saying it for years, bro. It's for years. That's why I stopped just going by myself. Because I be having my own money. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can't just tell me anything. So I'm like, okay, me and phone, I'm pulling up here. I'm not going to pay for all your friends. The guys got cheese. We go to the club. We're going to buy our own bottles. We're going to stand right here and make sure don't nothing happen. But when it comes to that camera stuff, people not denying it.
Some stars are acting all shocked, clutching their pearls like they've never been to a party before. But we all know they're just putting on a show, sweating bullets over their own secrets. The big question now is, will celebrities ever feel comfortable letting loose again? Or are we headed toward a rise in underground parties and tighter security? This whole situation has everyone wondering who they can really trust and what's going on behind those VIP ropes.
I was having a conversation with somebody and they were saying the feds are so deep and involved in this that Diddy just might be called up on that Tupac shit once they go through the money trail. Once they go through the money trail and find out why certain people was given certain kind of deal off the sale of Blackground Records, and they put him as Tank manager or Tank something for Tank, this, that, and the third. Why did they do that?
Yeah, I got you. And when you say check, right, just to get some clarity for the people that don't know what you're talking about, you talking about the $1 million check, right, that they put on Tupac to get him killed, the hit?
Yeah. What I'm talking about is that if Puff has said on a couple of records that he'll pay $1 million to, but he was just talking to people randomly. So now everybody said that, and Keefy D said that Puff told them that he'll give them $1 million. Now, do we believe that? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't. Because it was situations whereas that it could have got done by certain people that was around them, but it didn't happen. So when Zip came up with the check for $1 million, he said it was from Blackground Records. And he said that who he got that money from. So now, if that's true, then the feds would have to go in and do a money trace on where did that check come from. And then they're going to say, why? Why was that check given to Eric Von Zip or Eric Zip Martin or Eric Martin? Why did that check was given to him and saying that he had something to do with Tank and he sold the company, which wasn't all his company anyway, for $1 million?